everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my weekly makeup basket. I'm going to go through and show you guys the products that I was using this week and kind of give you mini reviews on them. So let's go ahead and start off with the foundation I was wearing all week. This is the Empowered Hybrid Gel Foundation from Tarte and I'm in the shade Light Neutral. The pros about this foundation is that it is very light. Like I don't really feel it on my skin. It's got relatively good coverage. I'd say it has like a light medium coverage. This has a very natural looking finish. So it has kind of like a satin or like a skin-like finish. It does leave your skin looking a little bit, I don't want to say completely dewy, but more on the dewy side, which at first I thought wasn't going to be a great thing, especially for my oily skin. The biggest thing with oily skin is that it breaks down foundation kind of like oddly. This doesn't really break down oddly on my skin. It actually wears really nicely. I do have to set it with a powder, but I do find myself having to blot a lot with this, especially in my T-zone. So it's not that great at controlling oils, which I'm fine with. I honestly haven't found a foundation where I don't have to blot at least a couple of times a day. So I'm okay with that. It is getting into warmer weather, so this may not work as best in the summertime as it would in the wintertime. This might be a better winter foundation for me, but I mean, so far so good. So I'm going to continue to use it and kind of gather my opinions on it. So the palette that I pulled out this week, this is the Tarte. I have a lot of Tarte products this week. This is the Tarte Tartelette palette. This is the first one. I pulled this out because I have just been in a single eyeshadow mood, and this has a whole bunch of all matte kind of neutral colors. And what I love about this is that it has a row of like warm tone shadows, a row of cooler tone shadows, and these up here are kind of very like neutral colors. I honestly don't use this row at much. I use this every so often to kind of like set my primer. I have used this as a transition shade, but it's not my favorite. That's in the color Wanderer, but I love this palette. This is a really nice like go-to all matte companion palette for any single eyeshadow that I use this week. So the first single shadow that I use this week, this is from Urban Decay, and this is in the color Midnight Cowgirl. This is one of the shades that I picked up during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. I was either going to pick up this one or Midnight Cowboy, but Midnight Cowboy has like, I think like gold shimmer in it. It's the same base color where it's this really pretty like pinky base color. This one has holographic glitter in it. So the glitter in here has like a multicolored shift to it. I think this is very beautiful and I really enjoyed using this shadow. I did have to end up using a glitter glue with this because it does have like those glitter particles in here, and it is a little bit like of a chunkier consistency. I think they're a little expensive for what they are, but if you can get them at 50% off or on sale, they're great. And I picked up a few during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and so far I've been really enjoying them as single shadows. Then the shadow that I'm actually wearing today, this is from Colourpop. This is in the color Flipper. It is an ultra metallic finish. I wouldn't really consider this an ultra metallic finish. I would honestly consider this kind of like a sheer or even like a sheer glitter. It doesn't have that much pigmentation. It's kind of like a sheerish peachy eyeshadow with a whole bunch of silver shimmer running throughout the shadow. And I basically had to put a white base down to get the look or the color to really show up, which I don't mind doing. I love using my NYX Jumbo eye pencil in the color Milk for a lot of shadows, especially some like pastel shadows or some really bright colors if I really want to intensify the color. So I didn't mind doing that, but I feel like it was a little bit deceptive. All right, the next eyeshadow that I used is from Butter London. This is the like Glazen eye gloss in the color Starlight. I'm sure you guys have seen this. It's kind of like a jelly consistency. At first I was going to apply this using my finger, but I actually ended up going in and applying this using a brush, and I think it worked out really well. That's a swatch of it right there. It's this really pretty kind of like metallic pinky color. I feel like these are just the same as any like liquid eyeshadow that I've used so far. I don't really see anything like extraordinary with this formula, and I don't really like that they're potted. I only have like minis of these, but I don't think I'm going to pick up any full size of these because they're the same as, like I said, any of the liquid eyeshadows that I have, and those all have wand applicators and are so much easier to apply. So then the last two single shadows that I use, this is kind of like a combo. The first one is the Maybelline Color Tattoo by Eye Studio, and this is in the color Bad to the Bronze. I use this as a base for the next shadow that I'm about to show you. So this is a really pretty like bronzy eyeshadow base, and like I said, I like to use this as an eyeshadow base for this Chanel eyeshadow because I don't feel like the Chanel eyeshadow has that deep of a base. So this is in the color New Moon. This is one of like their cream eyeshadows. So that's it right there. I end up having to go in with like a purple or a bronze or like a copper base to kind of pull out the color. It has like beautiful glitters in it, and I really like the shadow, but you know, I prefer wearing it with the Maybelline Color Tattoo. So I almost always wear these two together. So this is kind of like my favorite like go-to fun and flirty eyeshadow look. So let's go into the bronzers that I use this week. Let's go into some cheek products. I've actually really been loving this product. This is the Dark Earthy blush in the color Light Glow from Burberry. I picked this up as like a little Burberry kit. When I first saw that it said blush, I thought it was going to be a little bit more of like a pinky toned blush. It kind of ended up being like this, like, I don't know, like grayish brown looking blush, and it doesn't really look that flattering as a blush on me, but this is actually what I'm using as my contour today. I've been contouring with this product, so really just applying it from here down and just kind of blending it up. This is just a really nice and easy like light diffuse contour, and then what I do is I go in and either blend that out with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, or I use this. I've been using this all week. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer in the color Luminous Bronze Light. This is a little bit more on like the warmer side, so it does have just a touch of like red in it. So I prefer using this in the warmer months. So that's the reason I pulled this out and put away my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm probably going to stick to this bronzer for like the next couple of weeks. So I won't include this every single week in my weekly makeup basket because I do want to try and use this product up. I think that if I use this consistently for like a month, I'll probably be able to use it up. I'm thinking about actually picking up the Hourglass one during the Sephora VIP sale in the fall. So let's talk about some blush products and then highlighters, and we'll end with lips. So the blushes that I've been wearing this week, the one on my cheeks today is the BareMinerals Ready Blush in the color The Big Break. I got this as like a little set from somebody that was selling them as a set, and I thought this color was not really going to work out for me. It looked a little bit on the light side. Even swatched, it looks like it's a little bit too light for me, but it provides this really nice like pinky peachy just flush of color because it is a little bit on the like luminous side, and honestly I just really like it. I like it as a subtle blush, especially when I want to focus more on my eye look or maybe on my highlighter. It's just a really nice and subtle blush. And then I have this MAC blush. This is in the color Tenderling. It is a sheer tone blush, and I've loved this blush. I have been using this all week, so I really only use this maybe about 2 days, but this is what I was using all week. It is a very neutral blush, so it'll pretty much go with any look. Love it, love it. It's very similar to a neutral blush like Tarte Exposed, so loving that. And then the highlighter that I'm wearing on my cheeks today, this is from MAC. This is the Here Comes Joy. This was one of their opalescent face powders that they released for the holidays. It is what I'm wearing as my highlighter today, and I'm also wearing this as an inner corner highlight. It's just this very pretty like peachy gold highlighter. This is one of my more like sheer or toned down highlighters, I would say, because I am wearing a cream base, and I feel like a cream base will just amplify any highlighter. When I wear this on my own, it is a little bit more on the like sheer side and subtle side, but it's still gorgeous. So Love this highlighter. I'm so glad that I had picked that one up, and I have seen it at a CCO and like discounted on a few sites, so I think it's still available. And the other highlighter that I used this week, this is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the color Rose Quartz. This is in the limited edition packaging, but this is now part of their permanent line. And this is just a stunning pinky highlight. It is a little bit more subtle than most of the other like Becca highlighters that I own in my collection. This is one of my go-to like pinky highlighters whenever I am wearing a little bit more of like a rosy look. And I just love the formula of Becca highlighters. Everybody loves the formula of them. Honestly, I've been purchasing these off of the Becca website because they every so often have like a 25 or 30% off sale. And I think that's just a better deal than getting it off of the Sephora website, and they don't charge tax on the Becca website. That's honestly the cheapest way I have found to get some of these skin perfectors and collect some of those skin perfectors, because I love the formula of them. And then the last products I have to share with you guys are the lip combos that I've been wearing this week, or the lip products that I've been wearing this week. So the first product I use is this Buxom. These are the Plumpline lip liners, and this is in the color Hush Hush. I really like the color of this. It's a pretty like mauve-y type of color. It doesn't really have like a strong like minty scent like most of these like Buxom lip plumping type of products do, and it doesn't really plump the lips or cool the lips down as much as most of the Buxom lip products. It does kind of tingle just a little bit, but nothing as intense as their lip glosses or even the like full-on like lipsticks that they have. So I've really been enjoying this. This is a really nice, quick and easy like go-to type of product, and if I really wanted to make it a little bit more like glossier satin, then I would just apply a clear gloss on top. I've been really liking that. And then the color that I'm wearing today on my lips is the Cremesheen lipstick from MAC, and this is in the color Sweet and Sour. It's just a really pretty peachy color. It is a little bit more on the sheer side. I don't really like wearing this on its own. I feel like it's a little bit too sheer, so it makes the lipstick kind of look a little bit on the patchy side, but I love wearing this with a lip liner like I'm wearing right now. I'm wearing kind of like a nudie lip liner, so it toned down that peach a little bit, or you can wear, you know, like a peach lip liner underneath to really amplify the color. And so the last lip products that I wore this week, this is the Smashbox Always On liquid lipstick in the color Babe Alert. It's just a really nice and comfortable formula. I love the applicator, love how it's pointed. I feel like these are a little bit on the expensive side, so I always wait for there to be a sale before purchasing these, but I think they're worth it. They're just so comfortable. They're not overly drying. They don't emphasize any texture on my lips, and I have very textured lips. So honestly, I would continue to like purchase these, and I really love this color Babe Alert. It's just a very pretty like rosy pink color. So that's it. Those are all of the makeup products that I wore this week. I hope you guys have been enjoying this series. Please give it a thumbs up if you do. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I currently post 3 times a week on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and then on Sundays or every other Sunday I like to do a weekly makeup basket. So hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!